Welcome back everyone to the Complete Pineleaf. Last time we witnessed both the death of King Theoden and the Witch King, and I am much more pleased about the death of the Witch King. But let's see what Gleowina has to say.
This is a terrible day for Rohan.
This is a terrible day. The deeds of Theoden were mighty, even on his last day of life, but the kingdom will feel his loss keenly. And to lose the Lady Eowyn in such a fashion? My mind reels at the horror of it, and does not wish to think of the road that brought her to this place. Did none know that she joined the ranks? Did no one speak against it? It is too much to bear. My heart follows her brother on this reckless charge into the ranks of the enemy. May he rise from this death madness before he does himself some harm. He must be king now. Rohan cannot lose him too.
The men of Rohan need someone to lead them.
Theoden is slain, and Eomer has charged past the lines and is lost to us. The men of Rohan need someone to lead them, or they will be seized by the same despair that has sapped my own courage, paltry as it is. Where is Elfhelm? Find him, and he may be able to bolster the courage of the Rohirrim at this critical juncture. So let's find Elfhelm. And let us hope that he will be able to help with... Here he is. Hello there, sir.
Gleowina speaks the truth in this.
Gleowina is a bard and no warrior, but he speaks the truth of this. The death of Theoden will affect the Rohirrim greatly. Will they despair and cast down their weapons, as the bard believes? Or will they respond with anger and vengeance, as Eomer has done? My son Elfmar has followed Eomer's course, and fights with renewed vigor. The enemy is massing to the northeast, and to the south of King's End Pineleaf. Scout their camps, and slay any enemies you find. The death of that terrible spectre, for I deem it was a death, may have cast our foes into disarray and confusion. I hope that is so. So I need to scout the battlefield near the northeast, and to the south. And I also need to defeat foes, and I suspect that I will run into plenty of those. Let's see, I suppose we'll start out to the northeast and see what I can find here. Oh, search for Riders 3. Oh, I also need to find a Riders 3 around here? Well, that may be important, right? Well, I could kill a couple of foes while I'm at it, and I don't know if any of the foes would do me the favor of telling me where the Riders 3 are located, but we will have to do with what we've got. Why did I have to choose the toughest enemy in the area? Okay, maybe the trolls would be bigger, and maybe I'll stay away from that dead fell beast. Perhaps I could look for the Riders 3 as I do my scouting. Anything around here that's worthy of scouting? Bodies litter the fields. Orcs, Haradrim, Rohirrim, and Gondorians. Yeah, I suspect there'll be a great number of bodies all over the place here. Hey, have you seen... How about a foe that is not as annoying to fight as a warg? That's what I would like to see right now. Have you seen the Riders 3? No? Alright. Well, oh. I said, a foe not quite as annoying as that warg, and I think this is one right now. Right? Yeah. Except staying long enough in order to kill him attracts another warg. Ah. Are you ready? I'm not. Wait, this guy is nasty. Really nasty. Could be because I was already a little tired there. Now let's get out of here and start looking on the north side to see if we can find the other scout point, and of course the Riders 3. Are these the Riders 3 up here? You have found the Riders, who now look much worse for the wear. Oh. Here they are.
You did very well.
Many have we felled already, but many still remain. The Thanes and Reeves of Rohan battle nearby, slaying all that rush to the aid of the vile wraith. The loss of our king weighs heavily upon us all, but still we are spurred on. I know not if this day shall bring us victory, but I'm certain our traitor shall soon move to reunite with an agent of the enemy. When he does, Pineleaf, I shall be swift, for even if my ending should come this day, I shall not allow that worm to escape my axes. Leofdog shall be avenged. I swear it. How about you?
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
My heart is heavy with the loss of Theoden King. I wish I could have done more to aid him, but I saw how his men were cast aside like grass on the plains. The vile power of those raids is unlike anything I've ever seen, and yet they too can be felled. I shall not despair, not while the men of Rohan and Gondor still fight as one. Here, take Leofdog's spear. He named it Wretched, and it seems fitting that it be laid at the site of where our king met his end. Wretched. Wretched. So it will be the end of a wretch, perhaps? Now let's scout this side, where apparently there's some orcs here. And there are probably also... Yeah, okay, there are many orcs here. Endless numbers of orcs, probably. And I suspect I'll be running into several more of them as I try to deal with these wretches. Ah! No, not more wargs! Are you done with me? Oh, come on! You think this is a war field? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess it is a battlefield. Oh, good grief. This is nasty. Alright, are you done yet? Now, where is that scouting point, which I have a feeling is going to be impossible to get to without getting the iron... Oh, come on! Let me at least finish somebody before I have to go after the next group. Really? Stop that. Are you done yet? Okay. I'll have to take care of you. Two at a time. And the signatures here are just a lot worse than they were when they originally released this area. Whew. Now, can I get a rest after this one? Most likely not. They seem to be filling in pretty quickly whenever anything happens. Well, Let's see if I can go forward enough in order to... This battle rages on as deadlier forces from the mortar take the field. Yes, and Livy! Come on! Nothing worse than a quest point that requires you to get the ire of 4 enemies at the same time. With 2 of them being... Actually, I only got 1 warg in there? Oh, okay. I thought I had 2 wargs in there, which made me go, ah! Alright, what do I have to do? Oh, I have to defeat 1 more foe there. And I need to get back to King's End, where I can plant Left Dog Spear. Alright, there we go. And now talk to Elfhelm on the other side. Alright, I'll get to Elfhelm. First I'll plant the spear, then I'll speak to Elfhelm. Are you done? Oh, come on! Now, are you 2 ready to die yet? I hope so, because I am wanting to get out of this place. Let's kill 12 of them. Let's make it impossible to miss killing 20 of them. Well, alright. We've got back to where the king fell. Now let's... maybe I don't want to have a look at that. The Witch King, there is the head of the Fell Beast. You have planted the spear in honor of Leofdag's memory, and now let's see if we could reach Elfhelm without having to fight. Oh, I am going to be fighting that guy all day if he's going to be smack right next to Elfhelm. I don't like this. Elfhelm, could you let... Oh no, he seems to be busy with his own fight.
My son has fallen.
My son has fallen. A fearsome Olakai smashed through the ranks, and he crushed Elfmar where he stood in defiance. With every swing of his blood-drenched weapons, the terrible creature cried out his name aloud. Thurgrath! He bellowed over and over. I can still hear its name echoing in my head without end. Thurgrath! Slayer of my beloved son. Elfmar will avenge you. I will make them pay for the hurt you have caused, and send them fleeing into the darkness of death when our curses echoed in their ears. In the name of Theoden King and Elfmar my son, I will not rest until every last orc is slain, and until Thurgrath chokes upon his own name and cries no more. Whew. Oh, what's going on now? First Thurgrath, then a cry from afar. What did I hear? Oh, horn.
I've lost many friends today.
Oh, Pineleaf, I'm glad to see you. I have lost many friends today already, and the sun is not yet high in the sky. There will be more dead. You see the sorrow in Horn's voice, and something else. Tired resignation. Dangerous acceptance. It was a frightening thing. Men were bringing the bodies of Theoden and Eowyn to the city, when they will die in peace. We watched them afar during the brief respite, and saw that the group carrying the bodies to our dead were nearly at the city gates. But before they could enter, a Nazgul flew down from above and sought to seize the body of Theoden. We cried in dismay to see it. for we were much too far away to prevent it. That was the sound you must have heard. Even as we despaired, there came a great flash, and the Nazgul was thwarted. Gandalf turned it aside, and the bodies of our dead were safely brought within the city. But it was a close thing. How much grief can those rays inflict that might top what they have already? I would have said no more, but it seems that there's no end to their ravaging hate. How can we hope to survive this day? I don't know if I have the will to continue fighting Pineleaf, Theoden King, Lady Eowyn, so many others. So many others.
Listen not to Horn's despairing words. They are only on the surface.
I don't think highly of wizards, but Gandalf did right by Theoden King to protect his body from the Wraith's foul intervention. Our dead have been brought within the city, and we will mourn them when the fighting is done. Listen not to Horn's despairing words, for they're only on the surface. He has the same solid core as I have, though I might not have said so a week ago. He will be fine. He has already slain more orcs than I have fingers on one hand, and more will join them in the ground by the end of the battle. I doubt it not.
The armies of Mordor must have another commander.
The enemy forces were being led by the wraith that killed Theoden and Lady Eowyn. If the armies of Mordor were going to flee in the wake of its death, they would have done so already. I think that they must have another Commander Pineleaf, and he has seized control of the enemy forces. Several Gondorian soldiers are resting from combat on the north of here. Go to them and see what they have learned anything of the enemy's organization. Alright, now, do I speak to Furlong up in the north, or do I speak to Bernoth to the south, I think? Oh, it looks like Furlong is much closer. We'll speak to him first. Hello there. The fighting has been fierce, Pineleaf, and my blood is raised. Hirluin here has even broken a sweat, and I dare say some of his pretty hairs might shortly be mussed. I will need my own bottle of Baron's blood, the wine of our youth, to quench this thirst when the fighting is done. And what do you say about that? A quick moment of respite to catch our breath, and then we'll go once more into the fray. I haven't seen any sign of a new commander amongst the enemy foes, but I doubt not there must be one. The armies of Mordor still pass the attack. If they were leaderless, they would surely run. And we have back to Ingbert. Back forth, back forth, back forth.
We must sweep the enemy from the field.
They didn't know what evil force now leads the armies of Mordor. It doesn't matter, for we will sweep them from the field, whether commanded or leaderless. We must return to combat, Pineleaf. Speak with me when you're ready to wade once more into the battle. I will do that right after I go and speak with Rider 3. I've planted the spear.
Our mission is dire.
To see left a spear planted near the site of our king's fall brings me joy. May they ride together in the legend. Yet for the rest of us, it is a sorry day, Pineleaf, and the battle is not yet done. Let us press the attack now, and mourn for those who have fallen when our foes are driven from the field.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Pineleaf, Reeve Fosfred also seeks this Krumgran. he would have us come together and seek out this sorcerer and Leofdog's murder. He spoke of the sorcerer's arrival in the Sudcrofts not long ago, and his vile designs to unmake the Eastmen before the war came to the Hornburg. Fostred harbors a wild ire, but we must proceed carefully if we are to speak true of Crumgrun's power. For my part, I shall balk not at a chance to avenge the fallen friend, but the enemy's power must not be underestimated. Fostred wishes to speak with you before we depart. Tarry not, for this opportunity shall not long last. All right, now speak with Fostred. Fostred seems to be bent on revenge. Will he get it? Perhaps we'll find that out in the next episode of The Complete Pineleaf.